just within one genre of music, like metal, there's so many subgenres. And in skating, there's so many different, you got vert, you got half pipe, you got just street skating, you got tricks.
Longboarding, all
right,
that.
You got ocean spray.
Yeah.
Insert clip here. Hey.
Oh, damn it! What the hell, man?
Welcome to Room 6, the channel dedicated to the local music scene and the people that make it, including me and this guy. My guest today is a Vegas native, singer, songwriter, producer, rapper, also an artist and a skater. And I met him at House of R's Homegrown Songwriter Showcase, which is now inside the Strat at the Strat Casino on the Strip, inside Remix Lounge, where he was doing some performing with Cameron Paul, who's going to be on the channel in the future. If you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe. If you want to be on the channel, hit me up by using my email address or my social media link down in the description. Your single Diamond is out now on Spotify, Apple Music, and iTunes. To stick around because he's actually going to be performing a different tune up in Room 6 called Way Up. And you also have an unreleased tune that you're working on with Cameron Paul that is called what?
Interesting.
Oh, interesting. Please welcome to the channel, Dark Iris.
Thank you.
Say hi. Yes.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Room 6.
Welcome you properly with a very full shot glass. My fault.
Woo!
And toast to the off-camera girlfriend, Jasmine. Woo, 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 woo. Here we go. Nice, right? That was Captain Morgan's Cannonball Blast.
A Coke essence to it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of caramel. It is, especially winter, it's like a slow burn. I wouldn't have discovered this except my in-laws, knowing I review whiskeys on the channel as well, gave me Captain Morgan's to review. And I did, and I tried it every single way you can. It's neat, on the rocks, just straight out of the bottle in a shot glass. And they market it as, this is a cold shot. This is like for summer, this is a cold shot. And I did it cold, and I was like, there it is. Know your product.
Nice.
With that, hey, why don't you open that thing? And I'll say officially, welcome to Room 6.
Cheers.
Clunk.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm having Room 6 brand whiskey.
That's
Until someone wants to sponsor me, hint, hint. So, before we get into some questions, I just want to, number one, say, how long have you lived in Vegas? You're a Vegas native, right? Okay. Forget I just asked that. What I meant to say was, how long have you been doing music?
Have I been doing music? So I started playing the guitar when I was around like 16.
Okay.
And then when I went to college here at UNLV, I didn't really like it. And my hobby...
Today we're going to be talking about college. If you're a person who loves college for whatever reason, this will be a hard watch for you.
Not a fan!
My hobby was the guitar, so I started playing like 9 hours a day. Like every day after school, that's all I think about.
Right on.
And then, so started playing the guitar, had a laptop for school, started, messing around, producing, and then started making music.
So instead of trying to get shows and join a band or whatever, you were like, I'm just gonna keep making music and record it.
So at first it was just like a love for the guitar, learning how to do all that stuff on my own, and then started making music, loved it, and then kind of decided to pursue it.
When did you switch over to writing rap lyrics?
Ooh, probably like when I was like 20 or so.
That's about when
I was like, honestly, when I started playing the guitar, I was a bit against it. I was like, it's kind of like just easy to make. I thought that
You okay? My father-in-law's got the dropsies. The joys of recording at home. Did I mention I've got a Patreon page? Help me get a YouTube space. All right. Anyway, so you switched over to writing. Well, you didn't switch over. You were still doing the guitar.
Yes.
Right. And you write all your music. You do all the stuff that you hear on one of your tracks.
Yeah.
Right on.
Exactly.
So then that must have more like started with guitar, and it was like, well, I want some keyboard sound, or I want this sound, or I want this.
Yeah.
And drum beats and stuff.
Exactly.
Right on. Um, how long have you been like performing in front of people though?
You know, at the Remix Lounge, that was my first like
Really?
time. Yeah. That's
I'm
right.
honored.
Yeah,
Aw.
I know.
And
We're early on here.
yep, that is exciting actually. So you are catching him at the beginning of his career, but he already has quite the following online of fans, and some of it's skateboarding from your skateboarding past, right?
Yeah.
When skateboarding was just something you grew up with doing.
Yeah.
Now you're a Hawaiian and a Filipino,
Yes.
right? But you grew up but you lived here, which is the ninth island, as they say.
Exactly.
For those of you that don't know, Las Vegas is actually considered the ninth Hawaiian island because there are more native-born Hawaiians here than there are in Hawaii.
You just told me something I never knew about Las Vegas.
There you go, man.
But hey,
This is mind blowing.
Shout out to Ross J's,
yes.
Hawaiian food.
Hey, that's right. Hey, shout out Two Scoops and T Shy.
I don't know that place yet. Where's that?
It's off of Paradise, by the airport.
That's why, because we live in Henderson, and Ross J's is like 5 minutes
You
away.
ever been to the Hawaiian Festival here in Las Vegas?
Once, yes,
Pure Aloha?
yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't. It's been a while.
My like, you know how Hawaiians are. My uncle runs that festival.
Yeah. No, I used to have a manager who was Hawaiian, and Silverton Casino had a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that he
He's been
invited us
all
once.
over town. Now he's at Craig Ranch.
Right on.
Very cool.
Cool. Moving on. I want to talk about musical influences. Okay, so growing up, what was that first like? What made you get the guitar? Basically, what was that either song or that artist or that genre of music that you're like, I want to do that?
My father, Kaniel Peel Willingham. He played music. He played for Liquid Roots, and just watching him growing up, he was so passionate about music, and you know, he sang wherever he went. Brought the ukulele wherever he went.
Ook.
The ook. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I picked up the guitar because I wanted to, learn how to play guitar just like him.
Sure.
Yeah.
My story's a little different. Where my father grew up, he used to play trumpet. Had no idea until one day he took his trumpet that I didn't know he had to a pawn shop or whatever. Came back with a electric guitar with an amp built in the case. You ever seen that?
What? No.
It's a tinny little amp, but it's when you're like, I want to play electric guitar and be heard. It's there, and I wish I still had it. I wish I still had it, but this was teenage years, and you're dumb when you're young and you're like, oh, I'll just sell it.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'll sell it.
Think about
Dude,
the
I
money.
went through some guitars that I wish I still had. I went through some cars I wish I still had, and stuff. But
Definitely understand that.
he got that led me down figuring guitar out, and I did the opposite of most guitar players, where I started on electric, and then said, well, if I want to get better at guitar, I need to play acoustic because it's harder to get clean notes. And everything.
Exactly.
And and then that became, oh, well, with the acoustic, I can be heard all the time. I don't have to plug in. And then it became open mics, and then it became this and that, and then it became, hey, well, now I want to, sound like the rock stars with the pedals and stuff and the electric.
So you switch back.
What's funny about that is that collaboration I was talking to you about off camera, that I'm working on with somebody, I actually am working on it. I'm playing an acoustic with the effects because I want the fatter sound.
Yeah.
And quite frankly,
now
also,
you're like melding it all together.
Well, you've seen the Room 6 wall.
Yeah.
I got stuff stuck in the strings and everything of all the electrics.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, the acoustic's right there on the stand. It's easy. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then I messed around and I was like, I like it.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I need to give that a try. My dad has my dad who already passed. I took on his guitar, and it's an expensive guitar. I thought about selling it, but like I think it's broken. It's an electric, so I could
it's just
probably
character.
do some pedals on it, but I think it's broken. So.
it's just character. It's not a feature. It's not a bug. It's a feature.
Yeah.
You're gonna make me say it, aren't you? Fine. We built a monster. We need to kill it.
For you Apple fans. Hey. So real quick, we talked about influences.
Yes.
You don't have any like real shows to talk about that you've been on. So I normally ask, what's your favorite show memory? And I guess it would be performing with Cameron Paul at the showcase twice now.
Yeah,
So-
either that or just performing for people online.
Right on. How'd you get on Cameron's radar?
You know, funny thing, he talks about it every time we go on stage. It was about, I would say, like 7 months ago. I invited all my coworkers to play basketball, and none of them showed up.
That's right.
These guys. So we played a little pickup game. Cameron was on my team, and we played like 3 games together. We're just like just running through all these teams. He's pretty good at basketball.
Right.
Talks about it all the time. How he's just the best, right? Right, Cameron? But
well, if you can back it up, you know.
yeah, exactly. So he just got to when we were all tired, sat on the bench, and he was like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "I make music." He's like, "Dude, I totally understand what feeling that is, just because there's just so many artists nowadays trying to make it."
Well, especially in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, got to talking. He invited me to a studio sesh with Curtis.
Oh, so he had heard you perform. I mean, he knew your stuff at least.
He knew my
He
music.
didn't just invite you on stage just because he knew you personally.
No.
Okay, because I thought that's what I was kind of getting was like. He's just like, well, here's the guy I played basketball with. He says he makes music. Let's get him on stage.
Right. Yeah, we got in the studio first.
Right on.
And then we made honestly probably 5 songs so far, or 6 songs, and that's just one of them.
Now, I've only ever heard Dark Iris and Cameron Paul singing to tracks.
Yes.
And I would love to hear both of you. I would love to hear Cameron with a band.
Oh yeah.
And I think because the way he makes a love to Mike, the way he brings the passion, I feel like the swells and everything a band would bring. Cameron, get you a band.
Seriously, man. And you've been catering your music towards that, so
Yeah, you have.
keep at it.
Whereas, I'm not sure a full band would work for your music, but at the same time, I feel like there's some real-time element that needs to be there,
Yeah.
even if it's just a DJ or something.
Absolutely, I definitely feel that too. I think I'd be a lot more comfortable on stage if there was a
Yeah.
DJ and maybe even like a guitar to keep me company. Because in some of my songs, in some of my hip hop songs that have 0 live instruments, I'll still throw in an electric guitar and just.
Well, for those of you that are old enough to remember MTV Unplugged, the LL Cool J episode, LL Cool J did an MTV Unplugged, an acoustic with a band set. Mama said knock you out with a band is amazing. And he just laid it down.
I gotta check
And
that
that was the
out.
first time that was the first time.
Check LL Cool J.
LL Cool J, MTV Unplugged.
Oh my goodness.
I'm here to tell you, it was a game changer because suddenly it was like, oh, this can happen. Rap can actually be like live music as opposed to just singing to a DJ.
You know who else did that? It was what's his name? T-Pain. You ever hear that? That guy can sing.
Yeah,
Unplugged.
but LL Cool J, this was in the 90s.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And of course, Run DMC with Aerosmith, Walk This Way.
Yeah.
They did that joint. But anyway, we're getting tangent. Sorry. Moving on. So right now, when you perform, you're just grabbing the house mic and singing. But let's go back to the guitar. What kind of guitar is it? What are you rocking?
Strat.
Good old
It's a
Strat.
basic old Strat that I bought for like $100.
What do you know? What model?
No.
Okay, so not like a Strat. Is it
It's like a basic.
Strat Squire, like a short one? or-
Yeah. I'm not too sure, man.
Okay. They generally say it on the headstock, but
Yeah. I definitely gotta check that out.
I remember my first electric I bought myself. After years of not knowing where that guitar with the built-in amp in the case was a Fender Strat Squire Bullet. So it's like,
Oh, okay.
$99 a Guitar Center. But at the time, I was like, okay, well, this will give me what I need.
Yeah.
I don't care. I wasn't worried about tone, and it took me decades to care about tone. Because suddenly, when I was the frontman for a 3-piece band, and I'm doing the guitar and the singing, all the guitar tone is me. I'm not just playing rhythm. I'm not just singing.
Yeah.
So if it sounded thin and if it sounded terrible, it was I had nowhere to hide.
Yep.
Cool. So we talked about that.
I know it's not much to everything. Huh?
Well, that's the
It's
thing.
like-
No. It's good. It's good. I do have. If you're watching this and you want to come on the channel and you haven't done an interview before, I'm a lot of people's first interview because I'm accessible, and I'm fine with that. I'm very happy to do it. Usually, I have a little more info to go off of, and lately my guests have been. I'm trying to find stuff online to ask you questions about. It's just like, So
Right.
all I can really say to you is, why'd your Twitter account get suspended?
I don't even know, honestly. That's funny that you know that too. I feel like you're like the next Narwhal.
You're not the first person to say that. Shit, Sean Evans.
No.
Sean Evans is my patron.
I honestly can't tell you. I just looked at it one day. I think it was because inactivity though, because I wasn't on it. My phone was
I
broken.
didn't know that was a thing for Twitter. I mean, I went years without doing anything on mine.
I have no idea. Again, just another short answer for you. I don't know what to tell you.
Right on. Well, off camera, if you're interested, I'll talk to you about how, like, what I use to kind of like, I got a thing I wanted to promote to these various places on this date at this time, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Oh, okay.
You know, instead of constantly just being this, because scheduling allows you to get in front of things
Right.
that you know don't need to be like, it's not a live stream or something. So.
Yeah.
Moving on. All right, so really, the only other thing I could drum up about you is the skating.
Yes.
How does skating equal music? Because it does seem like I've had a lot of people in this kitchen that are skaters or were skaters and that also do music. And I'm talking all sorts of genres, generally punk, but all sorts of genres. Does skating to you influence your music or vice versa at all?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think of skateboarding as a sport. I think of it as a form of expression. If you look at all the professional skaters out there, you can identify who they are by the way that they skate. Even if it was just like a silhouette of them, I promise you, I could tell you how they skate. So just the way that it transfers over to music is, they're both forms of expression for me to, show others who I am.
I couldn't say it better because within one genre of music, like metal, there's so many subgenres. And in skating, there's so many different. You got vert, you got half pipe, you got
Exactly.
just street skating, you got tricks.
Longboarding, all
Right,
that.
you got ocean spray.
Yeah.
Insert clip here. Hey.
It's only right that you should play the way.
Damn it! What the hell, man?
But I just thought it was interesting how so many skateboarders and snowboarders seem to gravitate towards making music.
Oh yeah.
And I always wondered, like, why? What is it about it? Like many kids in America, I messed around with skating when I was younger. Wasn't any good. Couldn't even ollie. Couldn't kickflip. So it quickly went away. It was a Target special board that my mom got me because I bugged her,
Yeah.
And I never got to experience the proper skate culture. I've
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
And on various media and played games and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I always was like, also a lot of bands like to play skate parks or skate events. So, right on.
very involved in just like the arts scene for sure.
What would be really interesting is how hard is it to set up like a portable ramp kind of thing?
Not hard. If you have a portable ramp, I'm sure it's just like a couple pins that you stick in, jack it up.
Right. Because I'm totally picturing like some sort of event where you have bands and it's an all ages thing, and you have a portable ramp and you got some vendors, you got a whole thing. Chiba Hut would be a great place to do it.
Oh heck yeah.
Have you been to the Chiba Hut?
I've been to
Rainbow
one.
Sahara?
Yeah.
That's the only one in Nevada that has live music.
Really?
Yep. And
I love their sandwiches. You make me hungry right now.
boom.
Shout out to
Thanks subs.
Chiba Hut,
Thanks
yeah.
subs. I have been there more than once. I've been there enough that they know me, which is funny. But yeah, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so and ring the bell, because coming up here within the next month, I have a very big announcement coming. Chiba Hut is involved, and something that I've been promising for years is going to happen, and I'm very excited. And so, stay tuned for that. Also, stay tuned because we're almost done. You made it, yay! Got one more question, and then we're going to throw it up to room 6 to future Josh in front of the guitar wall. We're going to see this young man perform "Way Up."
Yeah.
Is there an album name, or is it just singles right now?
It's just singles right now, but that's gonna be part of a project.
Projecta. Cool. So here's the last question. Ready?
Yes.
All right. We're gonna talk to Little Dark Iris.
Yes.
Okay. So keep my hot ones on. This camera, or this camera. Do you? Let's say that you're talking to your younger self. Okay. And your younger self says, "How do I be like you?" What is one piece of advice you wish someone had given you before getting into music and making music?
How do I be like you?
And don't say change your strings. Every guitarist, change your strings.
Change your string. Well, something I tell my younger self is to don't follow the crowd. Just, look inward for the answers. Don't look outward. I think that's what I tell.
Succinctly put.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, because no matter how hard you try to sound or be like someone else or act like someone else, if you're not being authentic to who you are, it's not. People are gonna know it's not gonna play.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that is a lesson that we all have to learn because while you're figuring out who you are, you're like, well, maybe I want to be like that person.
Yep.
Etc.
Drawing inspiration.
Yeah. So all I can say is, don't make it worse, whatever it is. And thank you for watching and sticking around. Thank you for being on the channel.
Thank you.
Let's send them off to room 6 with a toast.
Nice.
Here's to you, and here's to me, and if ever we should disagree, then hell with you, and here's to me. See you upstairs.
See ya. Way up, way up, way up. Way up, way up, way up. What's up, what's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Will you love me when I'm way up, way up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Baby, you know that I got you. Spreading my wings, wanna fly with you. Don't give a fuck about the money. I wanna know all of the things that's inside of you. Baby, I wanna just shine with you. We could get high like a pilot. Fuck on a plane when I'm picking your brain and I'm thinking that I am that guy for you. Hoping you choose the same, though. Loving you isn't a thing, no. Baby girl, this ain't a game, no. Keeping a grip on my halo, yeah. See, I do not fuck with these fake hoes. People keep riding my train, oh. Washing them out with the drain, oh yeah. You are so good to me. We could make history, girl. This ain't no mystery, no. You are the missing piece. We've been through hell and back, but is you gonna be there when I'm way up, way up? What's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Will you love me when I'm way up, way up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Will you love me when I'm way up, way up? What's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Will you love me when I'm way up, way up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Will you love me when I'm down bad and I'm losing hope? Smoking dope as a way to cope. I ain't there yet, but I'm having doubts when I'm in a rut. Will you pull me out? I don't mean to put this burden on your chest. Girl, I know my life's a fucking mess, but I'ma make it big and we don't be on Mars shit. I'ma get so high that we can touch the stars and we can move to Cali, have sex all day. In the valley with a view of the bay. We can see the mansion way from the beach, and I'ma kiss your hand and sweep you off your feet. Damn, I'm telling you now, baby girl, I'm gonna be someone, yeah. But will you be there when I'm way up, way up, way up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Will you love me when I'm way up, way up, way up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Will you love me when I'm way up, way up, way up? What's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Will you love me when I'm way up, way up, way up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Will you love me when I'm way up, way up, way up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Will you love me when I'm way up, way up, way up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Got me fucked up. I know that you are my lover, lover. Will you love me when I'm
I want to thank Dark Iris for dropping by. It was a great interview and a great performance. Definitely click the link down in the description to get your own copy of Way Up and all his other music. And also, there's links down there for where you can see him on social media. In the meantime, if you want to be on the channel, whether reviewed, interviewed, or both, hit me up using my email address or the social media link for me down there in the description as well. There's also ways you can support the channel, like merch, make music, not excuses, and other things that I've designed. And also a Patreon page with patron-only content, and, oh yeah, my own CDs. In the meantime, if you want to see more videos like this, please click up here. And if you'd like to subscribe, it would really mean the world to me. Please click down there and don't forget to ring the bell. Remember to be amazing, and we'll see you next time on Room 6. Say goodbye.
goodbye.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.